Daddy, tell everybody where we are.
We are getting ready for a White House tour here in Washington, D.C. This is the East Wing, not to be confused with the West Wing tour, which we've already had.
And we couldn't bring you along for that. But this is our first video.
Yes.
And so we'll take you through the White House. And yeah, I think that's it for right now. And it's really cold. It was not so cold the last couple days.
My nose is freezing.
Your nose is freezing.
Liberty made it to the White House.
Oh, we're doing a video. I thought we were doing a picture.
Well, so here's the White House behind us.
And you were allowed to bring phones on this side, but not on the other side.
Not on the west side. Yeah, this is the East Wing.
Tell
so then
them
this
why.
is the.
Tell them why.
Oh, well, because of the hackers. They try to get in, listen through your phone of all the crazy things happening at the White House. But the president doesn't hang out on the east side. Not all the time.
In some videos, we're going to play Pokemon Go. Is that right?
Okay, if you want to.
Yay.
So anyway, so it's nice to walk up and then there's the whole East Wing, and we'll give you guys a nice tour. It's the coolest. All right, now we're in the White House, and so behind me is the entrance where we just walked in, and now we're kind of waiting in line to do some cool photos, and then we go down that hall, and that hall I think you'll recognize. A lot of times that's in photos, especially around like Christmas time. They have like normally trees lined up down there, like when your Melania did red, like kind of cranberry looking trees all down that hall. So I'll show it to you in a second. It's kind of neat. And then we'll do some photos and have a good time. Yes, so we just did our photos. So the cool thing is they have like a soccer net. I don't know if I can see it out that window right now, but they have like a little soccer field here that they have. So this would be considered the Kennedy Garden. See the little soccer net?
Oh, wow.
Isn't that kind of cool? They play back there. And then this is the Kennedy Garden. And so then this is the East Wing. And so if we turn all the way, this is that hall that I said I thought you guys would recognize.
So much.
That lady had a pet raccoon.
This is one of my favorites.
Oh, I like that.
And that one's name is Eli.
Oh, cool. He had a
And that one looks funny.
Oh, that's cool. So those are all the pets of the president? I like that. Okay, so once you're done with the hallway, you kind of get dumped into the gift store. Now, this is the only gift store in the White House, so if you want something, you have to get it right here. So that's the gift store. And again, only one. And then so you got another probably 15 minutes after this gift shop, just so you know. That's where you want to get. Now, do you want any presidential soap for the house? Are you sure? You know what, that's really not bad. A nice, cute presidential soap like that. And the plates are pretty too.
The plates are actually better.
Real Seal China. Oh gosh, that's really expensive.
That is.
Those are nice. What else do they have? Little White House things. Here's some books about the White House.
Nah.
What's that? And then we have like, oh, here's stuff down here. That might be good for school.
White House holiday portal.
Oh, a coloring book. First Lady coloring book.
Oh, that's cool.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, and it tells you a little bit about each one of them.
Nice. What else do we have? Any good jewelry?
No.
No? Nothing for Mom? They have little Fabergé eggs. I like those little Fabergé eggs. Those are cute.
I'm not here to spend all our money.
I'm not spending a bunch of money. What do you got? Oh, here's White House Christmas ornaments. Wait.
Facts about the White House.
She might like that. Yeah? Look at the 2017 ornament. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Interesting. What'd you find? Bow ties?
No, I found this.
What? Oh, a little mechanical hand thing?
Yes.
That's kind of interesting. Okay, so once you've gone to the shop, there's a shop behind me, then you come down the hall and they have all sorts of kind of like neat things in the hallway here. This area is blocked off. Sometimes you'll see that in photos where like the president will come out from behind. They want to shake hands with people. But this cabinet's full of all the different china that different presidents have had.
Oh, and that one too, Abraham Lincoln. Yep.
That's cool.
From 1861 to 60.
This one was Barack Obama.
Oh yeah, look at that with the green, huh? Oh, here's Ronald Reagan.
FDR.
That's pretty.
I want to look in that room room so bad.
Okay, we'll go look in that room.
You guys are taking pictures.
Yeah. All right, you're gonna go look in the room. What do you think's in this room? You're not sure? Chairs and stuff. Could we be a little more excited for the chairs?
No.
So this is the library. Hey, Liberty, come here. There's a whole line here.
I'm sorry.
The library contains 2,700 books related to the American life. This room was used as a laundry until 1902 when it became a gentleman's waiting room. It was turned into a library in 1935 and has been a favorite location for media tapings in the modern era. Most of the federal furnishings were made in New York between 1800 and 1820. Very cool. Okay, you want to go look at the other side? Let's see what's on the other side? Okay. That's a nice picture of Laura Bush. This one here. This is the Vermal room. Yeah, we're gonna go upstairs in just a second. So this one says, once a billiard room, this room now displays a collection of European and American vermel, a French term meaning gilded silver, received by the White House in 1957. The 1,575-piece collection is on view throughout the house and contains examples of the work by most prominent English and French silversmiths working in the 18th and 19th century. Cool, huh?
That looks kind of scary.
Why does it look kind of scary? Is it spooky? So then we'll go over here. There's Daddy waiting.
The China room.
Ooh, the China room.
Look at the puppy.
I know.
What's it say, Daddy?
China room has been an exhibition space for tableware since 1917. Not every president has ordered state china, so both official and some family services are exhibited.
That's cool.
Different plates and
Oh, yeah, there we go. There's some more.
China stuff.
Cool. Okay, you want to go upstairs?
Interesting.
All right, here we go. And then we go upstairs. Is that the same thing again?
No. Neoclassical decor was added to Eastern under Theodore Roosevelt, talking of the different kind of decoration. Chandeliers, light standards, benches, and window cornices remain
Chandelier.
from the night. So these have been here since 1902.
Wow.
That is over 100
No
years.
one has touched it yet.
What?
I don't
No
know.
one has touched
Well,
it even 1,000 years.
No, people have touched them
yeah,
in
people
1,000
have
years,
touched
or in 100 years.
100 years.
Math.
The portrait of George Washington. Oh, there's George Washington.
Came up, Daddy.
Is
Go
the
ahead.
only object- That's what it said.
Is the only object what? Was The portrait of George Washington by Gilbert Stuart is the only object to have remained in the White House since it was first occupied in 1800. Wow. It was removed for safekeeping at the direction of the First Lady Dolly Madison just before the mansion was burned during the War of 1812. That's a smart woman. In 1903, the President Theodore Roosevelt was painted from life at the White House by John Stinger Sargent. There we go. What do you see?
Oh, I'm just looking at all the different stuff.
Hi. So this is the green room. That's pretty.
Look out there. There you go.
Oh, that's pretty, huh?
That's it.
Look at that.
Can you read that thing?
Is that the? What's that across the way?
That is Jefferson Memorial, all the way across, and then the Washington Monument,
Washington
yes,
Monument.
and then the fountain. And this is like the front lawn, I guess. Okay, so will you read us the sign, Daddy?
This is the green room.
But louder so I can hear.
This is the green room. From 1801 to 1809, Thomas Jefferson used this room as a dining room. It became a formal parlor during James Madison's presidency. So that's kind of the overall.
Nothing else?
Well, by 1825, under John Quincy Adams, this room was known as the Green Drawing Room, named for the colors of the fabric. Located on the center table are John and Abigail Adams' silver hot water urn.
Oh.
There we go, right there.
Okay.
Silver hot water
Wow.
urn. And James and Dolly Madison's French candlesticks. federal style furniture was made between 1800 and 1815.
Very cool.
So that's that.
I don't think those pictures up there were like not touched for a long time.
Yeah, they're really old. Some of them are super old. You can get close enough to them, you can see when they were painted. Pretty. So nice. So here's the front of the White House.
It literally is.
There's a red room.
There is. It's called the blue room and the red room. Now, a lot of people think that in here, this is where like the Oval Office would be, but it is not actually here. It's in the West Wing where we were the other day.
Yeah, sorry. This is a blue.
Yeah, so this is when normally like when people look at the front of the White House, they think, oh, this must be where the Oval Office is, but it's not. This is the front of the White House that's like iconic, right? Because you have like the boat out part here.
Yeah,
But
the
then
circular.
above us is actually the private residence. So they would live right above us. Like when you think House of Cards or, you know, the different West Wing shows you
That's where
watch.
they live.
They live upstairs.
Donald Trump lives up there.
Well,
You could go knock and say, hi, I'm Liberty
So really
Square.
the what's on this floor, it would be the blue room that everyone would see. Yep. Let's go read this one.
Well, we gotta read and see actually. Blue room.
So then it says the blue room, oval-shaped rooms were the height of architectural fashion in the late 1700s. White House architect James Hoban designed a stack of 3 such rooms, forming the distinctive bow in the south side. The oval room has served as the most formal parlor.
Mommy,
President
you
James
can't start
Monroe.
reading.
What? You weren't listening.
I know, because
Read it again. Okay, it says oval-shaped rooms were the height of architectural fashion in the late 1700s. White House architect James Hoban designed a stack of 3 such rooms, forming the distinctive bow of the south side. This oval room has served as the most famous parlor. President James Monroe furnished it in French style in 1817. Original objects include most of the gilded chairs, the sofas, and the clock on the mantle. Very cool. Well, that's a great picture up there. Done well. Yeah, almost. So then this is the red room.
I'm starving.
You are?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get something to eat in a minute. Don't be so sad. Oh, the state dining room. This room was Thomas Jefferson's office, where he and his secretary, Meriwether Lewis, planned the Lewis and Clark expedition in 1802. Cool. Since 1809, it served as a state dining room using a series of round tables. As many as 140 people can dine in the room for formal events. Very cool. You want a picture, Daddy?
Can I take a picture?
No, you cannot. Back up, back up. I want to take a picture of you and Daddy. Stand together. Cool. 1. Oh, that's kind of nice. The light was on her. Liberty. 1, 2, 3.
Nice room. I enjoyed this one.
It is. Now, this is the one, you know, where like Trump served all the football players like the fast food or whatever. Yeah, right here in this room. And like got in trouble for it or whatever. Where?
It didn't.
No, you can't
I
start
know,
playing
look.
Pokemon again. I'm going to take
I
it back.
know.
You said you were going to take photos. Take photos. Pretty picture of John F. Kennedy. Pretty picture of Reagan. And now we're waiting. So this is basically the end, but everybody waits in this line for this iconic photo right here with the seal and all of that. And then you're done. But it's kind of fun.
Phoebe, we're going to Disney tomorrow, so we'll make sure we'll give you the video of Disney for 6 days.
Ooh.
And stay tuned for that.
Cool.
Can you believe the White House is a gym?
I know, me either. So then the last part here, we got the pretty stairs, Bill Clinton, piano. Just cool. Slay. That was the White House. So I hope you enjoyed the tour. It's a beautiful place, filled with lots of history. So hopefully you guys get to go and this inspires you to go take a tour of the White House. Now there is a West Wing tour you could also do. A little harder to get, but that one you get to see the Oval Office and where the Situation Room is. Can't bring your phone on that tour, obviously, for security reasons, but it was really
Oh my
neat.
gosh, a wild
Neat thing.
rare.
A wild rare. And the White House is full of Pokemon, so leave you with that. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the tour. Say bye, Daddy.
Bye-bye.